That should be good. Oh, hang on. Nicole, Nicole, I'm just can you make me host again so I can do my video? And then I'll put you back on host. Or this whole thing has changed. Okay, then let me change the settings. Hope you're all well, everybody. You can please message your teams if they are not on, or if you've got someone new, please let them know that the call is starting. We are going to record it, so if they aren't, but I don't want that to be an excuse, because a lot of people will say, you know, I want to listen, but I never can get on. We want people to get on. So the whole point is to have you on so that you can ask questions. So like I say every time, host tools, everybody should be asking a question. That is like my, okay, let me open my camera first and see if it works, and then make you host. That is like a prerequisite if you're on the call. Oh, you're recording. Do you need me to make you host again? Just let me know. So the prerequisite for being here is that you have to ask a question. Okay, cool. Because the only way you learn and the only way you will learn is if you ask questions, because network marketing is not something that you are born knowing. We don't go to school. I know a lot of people will go to school when they finish school. I know even at St. Henry's, they offer entrepreneurial subjects and stuff like that, but it's not something that you are taught, you know, you don't go to school. So you can learn by asking questions. So that is the most important thing. So think of a few questions that you have, pop them in the chat, and when I'm finished, I will get to them. It is now the 29th of the month. Actually, January is like 172 days, but we are number 29. But I was just looking at last year's January, and last year's January we had huge volume. So I think people have taken a little bit of a relax this month because everyone says it's long and because everyone says it's difficult. But actually, when you think about the product that you have in your hands, you should not stop talking about it to anyone. And I can tell you, Greg and I know you've heard this, we did the souk, Durban Summer Souk in Durban. And it was for 11 days, and we did 12 hours a day from 12 o'clock in the afternoon to 12 o'clock in the evening. So you can imagine how many people we spoke to. There were 144,000 people supposed to have been there. And obviously not everyone's going to come into your store, so you do speak to people. But the thing that we focused on is the power of Ganoderma lucidum. Now, if you just think about right now what's out there, you've got sea moss, shilajit, lion's mane, you've got all the mushrooms, shiitake, it's a buzzword right now, and people are talking about microdosing, and you know, you've got to get on that train. You have to get on the health product part of this product, because it is not a coffee. And that's what I think a lot of people battle with, is that they'll say, oh, my people say my product's too expensive. Yes, if you're selling it as a coffee, it is too expensive, because they can go buy Jacobs or organic Woolies coffee for 200 Rand. It is not a coffee. It is a health product. So do yourself a favor and start researching what Ganoderma does. Now, my husband is in the business with me, but he's not a seller, or he doesn't go out and sell anything. But he researched what Ganoderma does and how it works in your body. Let me just press pause a second. Sorry, my dog is having a eating her paws. So research a little bit about Ganoderma and think about the people that you speak to every single day. Now, for me, I'm a mom, so I speak to moms. I speak to ladies that are going through menopause. I speak to, so your age group, like if you are a mom of a 4-year-old, so then you're going to talk to people with that kind of thing. So when we were doing this souk, and we changed the whole vibe. So we put smart coffee, biohack your body, smart coffee. So that it drew people's attention because people want to change their mindsets now. They want to change their health. They want to improve their health. They're doing all sorts of detoxes and exercise programs and going on all natural things. They want to improve their bodies naturally. So you have to jump on that train now. You have to start knowing about your Ganoderma and the things that it does for you and the people that you talk to. So for example, when we saw a couple walking towards us and say they were 50 plus, you can kind of gauge. Then I would speak to the woman about menopause. I would speak to her about energy levels. I would speak to her about sleeping properly. And Greg would speak to the men about, focus at work, heightening your concentration. And so we would talk like that. Then we would see a young couple and we go, okay, let's focus on studies and how Ganoderma can help you to study better and to concentrate more. And then we would see like a really sick looking person. We're like, what's your health ailment? So everybody you speak to can benefit from Ganoderma, but it benefits you to know what Ganoderma benefits, basically. So start reading up about it. So say you want to approach moms at school. Do your research on the hot cocoa for kids and for ADHD and for autism and for studying and for sleeping better at night. And, do your research on that. If you're speaking to moms that want to lose weight, do your research on how Ganoderma assists you so that you equip yourself to talk about the health part of the product and not just you selling a coffee, because I promise you that will change. We did huge sales at the soup because we were equipped. We had an answer for everybody. If we had stood there and said, and not known what Ganoderma does, it would be an absolute waste of time. The same thing when people ask you about Ganoderma, it's fine to ask the leaders because we've done it for so long. It's absolutely fine, but also do your own research. When you're in the bathroom or when you are lying in bed or when you have a few minutes in the day sitting by yourself drinking your coffee, just research one thing. Can Ganoderma help with this? If you hear someone speaking about a problem they have or anything. So now we're going into the month of love, February. So we're going to concentrate on the Supreme Coffee because you guys know the Supreme Coffee is something that it's a, what did Heidi used to call it? The marriage counselor, Supreme. So Supreme has got your ginseng and your maca root and your Ganoderma lucidum. So that is excellent for stamina, endurance. It helps with hormone levels. It helps with everything there. So we're going to concentrate on that. So do your research on that so that you can speak with confidence. Greg used to do it. I used to walk the other way. If we saw a bunch of men coming up to the table with no wives around or anything, I would move to the side and Greg would speak to them and he would sell Supreme to them. So yes. So what I'm trying to say to you is that if you were starting a business and you wanted to sell cupcakes, you would do your research on the best cupcake recipe. You would have the best visuals. You would have different flavors for everyone every day. You would know how to market it. The same thing here. You have a product that works. You have a product that people need. So do your research. Find out more about the product and more about Ganoderma, especially because you will always need it. You will always need to know. Like Mariska asked me the other day, does it help with kidneys? Yes, it does help with kidneys. Because it detoxes your body and it flushes out your kidneys and everything. However, if someone is on dialysis, it's a little bit of a different story because they're under the professional care of a health practitioner. So they must just check with them. So yes, you can say Ganoderma absolutely does. However, ask your whoever doctor you're under. So that's what I can say. Do your research. Now with these specials that we've got at the moment, a lot of people don't understand the 100 PV. Now, every single product has a PV to it. It is, we buy a promotional sales pack. Let's just put it this way. We buy the copper pack and we made the King and the Latte 100 PV as well this month, which doesn't come to 100 PV if you had to buy them singly. It would come to 35 plus 22. It's 57, but we almost doubled that so that you could get your 100 PV there. If you had to buy a copper pack, like broken up, 2 blacks and a latte, it would only come to 66 points. But the copper pack gives you 100 points because it's a promotional sales pack. So the 100 PV orders will get this beautiful sachets, 5 sachets. Now, if you had to sell those sachets, it looks like they're Mocha Hot Cocoa Supreme. You can sell those sachets for 50 Rand a sachet. So just think that's 250 Rand if you wanted to sell them singly for nothing for doing your copper pack order. So any 100 PV order, and even if it's single products, if you're ordering a King and a tea and a Kai and a soap, if they add up to 100 PV, you will still get the little love notes and sachets in your pack. And if you have new signups, you do get an entry to the draw if you only do a 55 PV sign up. However, if you want them to benefit as well, because it's not just about you, it is about your people you get into your team. If they do the 100 PV order, they are going to get the 5 sachets with the little love notes, and they're going to get a mug and 10% off on their February order. So that's quite nice. If they're ordering another copper pack in February, they're going to get 150 Rand off their copper pack. So it's just a really nice incentive to encourage your new signups with. And of course, if you do 3 people with 100 PV, you get to choose a really nice prize as well. I will just shoot to those on my Telegram group in a bit, but it's a really nice incentive to have. And every month we do these incentives because the company does that for us. Recruitment is the name of the game. If you are wanting to earn a residual income, if you're doing this for the long term, if you are serious about this business, you need to start recruiting. Now, everybody needs an extra income. I am yet to meet someone that tells me they have enough money. It just does not happen. Nobody has enough. We have kids, we have parents, we have dreams, we have holidays we want to go on. Everybody needs an extra income. And everybody needs to be healthy to enjoy the extra income. So you actually have a twin win here. You have got the health part and you've got the wealth part. So you need to take this and really run with it. So we're starting a really nice program from next week. Nicole and I had a call with Cornell earlier. So if you are wanting to get to Sapphire, the time now is to start recruiting like never before, because they've got some brilliant things set up for you. And we're going to help you. There's going to be steps along the way that we're going to help you. So go to your leader if they on this call as well, just pop them a message and say you are serious. Is the copper pack going to stay the same for Feb, or is it going to be incorporated with the spring coffee? The copper pack is always a copper pack. So you will always get 2 black and 1 latte as the copper pack. It has been like that forever. If we do a special with the Supreme, it will be on a different code. It won't be a copper pack code. The copper pack code is either 2 blacks and a latte, that's your copper pack, or sometimes we do a reverse pack, which is 2 lattes and a black. But the copper pack is always, always, always available for you on your back office. And then obviously it's just discounted. This month it's with the 2 Kai. So we kind of play around with it. Every month is different. So on the 1st of Feb, you will have all the new specials out. Please carry on popping questions. There's 21 people, so I should have 20 questions by the time I'm finished. Everybody in your back office, please make sure that you are dual team qualified. A lot of people miss out on pay and miss out on points and miss out on everything because they do not know this. So it is imperative for you to know, be dual team qualified. And I'm just going to switch over right here so that I can show you. I'll screen share in a minute. So what happens is when you are building a team, you're going to have 1 person on your left and 1 person on your right. That is the recipe to be dual team qualified. It is a binary system. So you need 1 person on your left and 1 person on your right. You need this done by the 30th or 31st of the month, depending on what, let me screen share quickly, depending on what month it is, obviously. But so how you're going to check is you're going to log into your back office. You're going to click on your summary page. And you're going to scroll down here. That's where you see your global growth bonus. If you're working on your global growth bonus, you get 3 5-week cycles to achieve these. Also, completely equal left and right. Imperative that you do that. This is where your star achiever is at. You'll see that. This status is the lifetime rank, which you are. So you're either 10%, 15%, or 20% qualified. You'll rank current, you'll rank previous, your sponsor, and your next renewal dates. Now, renewal is still free with an order. So whatever order you do, even if you order a soap or a Kai, your renewal is free. Okay, so you get to here. The month period is 01, which is January 2026. And this person is a consultant. So if they weren't qualified, it would be sitting at representative. It would show it like this. So what you do is you click on here and you say, right, I am a consultant. So let me click consultants. And then I will see, have I done my 100 PV? Have I got this little man left colored in and this little man right colored in? If that is done, if you have a tick, 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 you are dual team qualified for the following month. That means you are good to go. You are all set. You'll see here your dual team bonus payout in a given month is based on your dual team qualification of the previous month. So to make sure they are now qualified for next month, but if you look at last month, 12th of 2025, again, they had done their minimum monthly order, one right, one left. All the ticks, all the boxes are ticked. That is how, when you start getting points into your left and your right-hand side, so your legs accumulate CV points, commissionable volume points, from promotional sales packs and first orders up to 100 CV. On like your OG3 pack or your Supreme pack or your King and Latte. Those will go into your CV legs as well. If it's a person that's just signed up, that's where they will go. So you want these points to accumulate. You want them to carry over week by week, because if you don't do that, you have to start at 0 all the time. So just make sure that that is completely done at the end of every single month. If you are a VIP, click on VIP and it'll show you, okay, you have to get to 2,500 points. I'm only on 260. What can I do? You need people in your legs to order. Okay. But yeah, so that is where you're going to check every single month without fail. That must be done. So let me just show you quickly on commissionable payments, because I think it's quite important that you see these points in your legs, what I'm talking about when I say carry over. Because, okay, so scroll down to commission payments and to weekly pay. Right, so this will show you the week that we've just been paid, or the last week, should I say. It was the 5th of the 1st, 2026. This is the way Canada does their date. So we would normally say 0501, but they say 0105. So it's your month first, then your day. So they got $22.50. Why did they get $22.50? So look here. There's your right leg and your left leg and your paid rate. This paid rate is what I talk about all the time when I say you can work your way up, or you can buy a business builder pack that qualifies you at this paid rate. So they are 15%, which means they are consultants. So they've either worked their way up to consultants or they bought a advantage pack. Okay, that's 15%. So because 15%, every 150 points right and 150 points left, you get one cycle of pay. So because they're on 15%, they get $22.50 times by 19. I think it's 420 Rand a cycle. But you'll see here, now they are on my right-hand side. So they have sitting with 23,057 points. And their left leg is their own doing, and they are on 159 points left. So 150 points goes into the dual team. The carryover volume is 9 points on your left and 22,907 on your right. If by the end of this month they were not dual team qualified, these 23,000 points start diminishing. I think it's for 3 weeks that they're there and then they're gone. So that's why I say, make sure that you have your paid rate, that you are dual team qualified, because you don't want to miss out on those 23,000 points, because 23,000 points would be 23,000 points divided by 150 would be $153 sitting there, equals $153, and we get 19 to 1. So in that leg sitting there is 2,900 2,000, is that dollars? 153 times 19. Oh, yes. So there's sitting there money that needs to come out. Okay. So it's pointless to let those points go away. It just is not right. So that's where you check, and that's also where you check where you need to place people. So obviously this person is only going to recruit left because they really need to build their left leg, because they're on my right hand side, so their points are keeping accumulating then. So very important that. And then you will see the paid rate. The amount they're getting is $22.50. Let me just see how much it actually is. 427 Rand. Okay, and if you're on 20%, you're going to get $30, which is 570 Rand. And if you're on 10%, you're going to get $15, 285 Rand. So it is obviously coming in with a pack that qualifies you is great, or you can work your way up, no problem at all. So that's what I wanted to show you, just because it's the end of the month so that you can check there, and that's done. Someone was asking me, where do I see new people? You will go to new members and you will see them here. And also, if you go to personal enrollments, you will see everybody that you have personally enrolled. And to see what side they are, you just scroll down to the very right. The very, very right will show you one left and one right. That's the dual team side that they're on. So some people say to me, I don't know where they are. You can just look over there. Okay, so let me go see what questions we have. So I can answer those. Stop my sharing. Into my video. Also, I know, but it does get easier. It does get easier. How do you sponsor one of your downlines? You mean to enroll them? Is that what you're meaning? So you are the sponsor. So anyone that you introduce to the business is your frontline. So you can have many downlines, but the person you enroll is your frontline. So you are the sponsor for that person. You can either send them your e-commerce link to do it themselves, or you can do it for them, or if you're sitting with them, you can do it. But basically, just answer me quickly. Do you want to know how to enroll them in your back office? No, the dual team, it shows sponsored. Let me just go back there quickly. In the payment part, let me just have a look. Anyone that is in the leg, so remember you are in your, to show me quickly, you are in your uplines, downline as well. So you are going to benefit from their points as well. So you will see people in there that you have no idea who they are, and you'll see points there, but they are all from your upline. So just tell me quickly. So there's previous volume, current volume, total volume, carryover volume, paid rates. Where do you see? You'll see your retail bonus. So if someone buys on your e-commerce link, this is where it will show here. Your fast track bonus is when you get $5 or $10 or $50 or $80 for the different promotional sales packs. And the global growth is if you're working for your global growth. I'm just trying to see where you said sponsored. Let me just check again. So anyone that you enroll is your frontline. So you will see them in your dual team. So just if you can write there again what you mean by that question, so I can answer it nicely for you. Carryover volume, I can't see any sponsored anyway. But yes, any other questions? Everyone, there's only 3 questions, so there has to be more. Where the little ticks are for one personal. Okay, so I use the summary page. So let me go there quickly. So anyone in your front line, let me also show you this. It's quite nice to see. Share again. So in your summary page, where you're looking to see if your dual team is sponsored, you mean here? anyone that you bring into the business is your frontline. So you'll see that here, one personally sponsored distributor, that means you enrolled them on the left and on the right. So this has to be 50 PV on one person. So you can't have a black on one, which is 22 PV, another 22 on someone else, 10 on a Kai on someone else. That is not it. It has to be 50 PV on one person. So either 2 mochas, a mocha, a hot cocoa, a supreme, a latte, must be 50 PV. So that is your frontline. That is who you've personally sponsored. So if I go to a graphical tree, this is quite nice. This will actually make you understand what it is. When you see all these people here, now this person only has 2 people underneath them. So now, but there's lots of dots and there are lots of spaces now. These are not their people, right? But if I go, this is my team and their team. If I go to settings and I click Unilevel and update it, Unilevel is only you and your team. It will show you who you've personally sponsored. So that's them at the top. Then it's one that side and one the other side. So they have 2 people in their team. Those are their front lines. That is how they're going to earn their Unilevel pay, which obviously will not be a lot. But if you go to graphical tree or dual team, you will see everyone in the team, even if they haven't personally sponsored them, they are in this graphical tree because they are earning dual team from their upline. But just to see theirs, it would be Unilevel, update it, and you'll see you and your team. So that will be your frontline. This frontline is your frontline. If they have more people in their team, obviously you'll see it under them as well. I hope that answered the question. So they have to buy a pack before the text gets full. They have to at least have 50 PV. So whether it's there is a pack, business starter pack, I think it is 50, it's 55 PV. It's a mini black, a mini latte, a tri pack, and a Kai that is on the sign up page. They can join with that. That will give you a tick. Or they can buy any of the single products, or they can buy a copper pack because that's 100 PV. But as long as it's 50 PV, then you are qualified for dual team pay for the following month. And it can be, if you have, like I've got 500 people in my team, as long as just one of them has done that. Not everyone has to do it, as long as just one. One right and one left qualifies you, not all. You're welcome. Anyone else? It don't get overwhelmed with it. It comes with time. That's why I say ask questions, because the more you ask questions, the more you'll know. And if you ask a question, someone else is thinking it, and then they'll also benefit from it. So it is important to ask questions. Like I said, it's not something you can go to college for right now and learn how to be a network marketer. You learn as you grow. It is learned as you go. It's not something that you just automatically know. Just I've only got 10 minutes left. So any other questions? Let me see. If you order on a Saturday, how long before you get your product? Okay, so anything on the weekend from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is only packed on a Monday. So some people say to me, oh, I have to order on Saturday morning. You've got the whole weekend to order because nothing is going to get packed till Monday. Our warehouse is not open on a Saturday and Sunday. If you pay with your card from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it will get packed on Monday, and you will get it by Tuesday or Wednesday, depending where you are. If you pay by EFT, especially on a weekend, if you don't do immediate payment, it can take longer. So you then still have to wait for your order to be allocated and then sent out. So it is a 2 or 3 day delay. That's why I think card payment is so much easier. And it gets packed the first working day that they are open. And also, yeah, you don't have to wait for anything. And it's better than doing an immediate payment. And other things. So I like to order on a Thursday. Thursday, I pay with my card. It gets packed on a Friday, and I get my products on Monday morning. That is how I do things, because I like to start my week knowing that I've got products on hand. But yes, card payments generally gets packed the next day, which would be a Monday. EFT, it may take a little bit longer. And sometimes with EFTs, people do use the wrong reference, or they put their name in their reference. Then the girls have to go in the back office and look for the name. And sometimes there's lots of names at the same, many times there's the same name. So it just makes it a bit, you want your product. you want your product. So that is that. So remember, everything over 100 PV order now is going to get the nice little thing. Linda, is there a link to the website where your customers can shop on their own? Yes. So Linda, when you join, you will get your very own e-commerce link. That is very important. It comes up on your email as well. So it's your business site name that you choose when you sign up. It can be your name and surname. It can be what you've thought of, something to do with health or coffee or anything. I'm Destiny by Design. That is my e-commerce link. So you will get that link. It is on your website as well. Let me just show you where you'll find it. So I'm not sure if you've joined or not, but once you've joined, let me just quickly screen share before this Zoom runs out. So you're going to go in your back office. You're going to go to my website, click my website, and it's right there. So you just copy and paste it, and you put it into a link, or you can click it and you can copy the URL. But it's very easy to do. You can change it at any time. It is changeable, but remember, you don't want to change it too often, because you may have handed your link out and then they can't get hold of you. But you can also send it straight from here as a WhatsApp shared from here. But it's your e-commerce link. You're going to put it in a Zoom, in an HTTP, and that is your e-commerce link. So when people shop on that link, Organo pays you directly. Where I showed you that retail profits, you will get the retail profit on that product in your back office, and it's paid weekly as well. So if they order this week, in 2 weeks' time, you'll get the retail profit. It's kind of 2 weeks behind, because we have to, in case people ask for discounts and all, I mean, what's it when you take something back? That credit, whatever. So we get paid 2 weeks in arrears. So the things going through this week, we get in 2 weeks' time. So you'll get that retail profit, and that's its refund. You'll get that in 2 weeks' time, paid into your bank account. Please make sure that you've sent your bank account through to southafrica@organogold.com. .co.za, because we need your bank account details to pay you. So someone will say to me, I haven't got paid. I'll be like, oh dear, have you given them your bank details? No, I haven't. So that is why. And anything that has been in your pay from now till when you joined and you haven't handed your banking details, you will get that money as soon as you give them your banking details. But yes, shopping as a retail customer on your link is really, really nice. They get 10% off on their first order. They can also then sign in with a username and a password and order again. And it's quite nice. Every time you get a new retail customer, you'll get an email to say, well done, you have a new retail customer. You can then follow up with them from there with their number and their email and all the rest, and give them any specials that we do have. So it is nice to do that. It does make it easy. Send your banking details to South Africa. There we go. And just, yeah, Bontley is there. She will, I just attention to Bontley because she helps me with, it's Bontley Altia is at the front desk. And then with your bank and your Organo ID. Okay, so just make sure your Organo ID is there. And then they will pay you. So that is your own e-commerce link. Do not let them shop anywhere else. Make sure that they're not going, they need your link. They can also put your Organo ID into the one little website. If they type in Organo and they click shop, they can put your Organo ID there. But you know, some people can make a mistake and put a 3 instead of an 8, and then someone else is going to get the order. So rather just share your link with them and let them shop on that. Any other quick questions before this goes off? Okay, so last 3 days, well, no, 2 days, Friday, Saturday. I'm sure the office is open on a Saturday. So another thing about the office, if you are in Johannesburg, we are open on the first Saturday and the last Saturday of every month for point of sales. People can go in there and collect their orders. They don't pay shipping. Bontley packs it for them. So every first Saturday and last Saturday, there are people at the office. So I think it's 9 till 1. I could be mistaken. But yes, you can go in and fetch your product. And then we are going to have a monthly meeting there as well. If people want to go there and hear about the business opportunity with Bontley, she will be there to do that. Find a fate or a something that you can represent yourself at. I promise you it will help you. Like here we have a few markets on a Saturday and a Sunday. Just do some suss out in your area where you could have a store, where you could promote your product, where you could do tastings, where you could have your product on display, where you can talk about Ganoderma to people, because once they hear about the benefits, they will want the product. So just do a look out in your area. Where can you promote your coffee? It's not going to cost you a lot of money. You can make it really pretty without, our boxes are so beautiful. You can use that as your display on a nice black tablecloth. You'll have products, you can have sachets, you can sell sachets, you can sell little child packs and be able to speak to people about your product. It really is a good idea if you can start into any market, whether it's a flea market or whether it's something like mommy's things. And I know like Christmas time obviously is a bit far away now, so don't wait till Christmas, please. But around Easter, maybe they're doing little Easter markets, maybe they're doing holiday markets. Just have a look in your area where you can promote your product. Speak to your school, speak to if they're having an open day or whatever. Use your initiative, think out the box. Okay, all right, everyone, I think it's going to end. Next, you can save. Obviously, this is just, oh, did I want to show you quickly? Don't forget the mug. I'm sure you've all seen it. The mug is beautiful and 10% off next month if people join with 100 PV by Saturday. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. If you are paying EFT, but you want one of these specials, if you have your order in by the 31st or the last day of the month, if the order number is there, you will get that pack. So even if you pay, you've got 5 days to pay for the product, 5 working days. So if you've ordered on Saturday, but you only pay on Thursday or Friday, it's fine. It'll count for January. You'll get that pack and you have a few days to pay for it. So that's another bonus, as long as you have the order number, and don't pay after 5 days, because after 5 days, the order falls away and then you will not have an order. So any orders placed in January will stand for January. You will get the product if you pay within 5 days. I think that's it. Okay, everyone, you didn't ask 21 questions, but there were a few, so that's cool. Just try to be on Zooms even, and if your upline isn't here, you message them tomorrow and you say you make sure that you're on the call next week with me, because your upline should be working as well. That is a big bonus in this business, because they build your one leg for you. So make sure that they are also doing their bits. Okay. All right, guys, God bless you all and have a super great month end.